Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here with our favorite sector, at least mine, the uranium sector. And it's been many trading days since we have been looking at it, so a lot of stuff has happened. So let's dive into it. But first, please give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Twitter, and uh, and yeah, if you like what you see, please do all those three things. Let's dig right into it. Uranium, we will be looking at the weekly for the most part because this is a longer term chart, and I think we haven't been looking at uranium for like a week, so it makes sense. The broad physical uranium trust, let me remove my pretty face. There it is I have been going through the charts a bit, removed some lines, added some lines, adjusted some, and uh, and yeah. So big down day last day, what 2%. Also for the last week, we had uh, some down days. Still, we are fighting with this zone right here. Let me add in the trend line, which is there it is. Still getting down here. We're still in the upper end, which is nice. The 200 weekly is coming up. No big deal. Again, we're just fighting back and forth between the bulls and the bears. And we have this internal, there it is, the internal support and resistance here from this high all the way across. And we are testing that now. And yeah, we don't need this candle to get much further red. We really want to see a retrace now into the week. So we close at around 18, 17.7 maybe. Because otherwise the shorter term momentum is to the downside, I think, if it doesn't hold. We're still holding the green zone, which comes back like goes back 10 years or so, all the way across. You can see the interactions all the way. Fake out. There it is, fake out again. So the green support and resistance flip zone is still intact. And as long as we are above the green, you can see here the uptrend, it's all fine. But again, we need to get going. We cannot have these false starts way too often. URNM, I have cleaned up quite a bit. I need my splitter in here. There it is, the splitter one. Right there. And we got rejected here big time. And the weekly candle for now is very, very, very bad if you look at it on the short term, because we are starting below and then we're gapping all the way, or we are all going all the way down from the previous candle here. So just like the U.UN, we really want to see a retrace today, tomorrow, and Friday, so it doesn't look that bad. We still have the uptrend there. We need to hold and the green smaller support. If it breaks, it gives in, then we are in for more downside. That's my take. And the good part, if you can say, is that we have the 1, 2, 3 touches here, and then we have a go on the fourth. Again, I really thought when we broke this one last week that this one was the big one, but still the week is not done yet. But this one was a big internal support and resistance to get above, and yeah, so big view, still very bullish setup. But I really want to see this weekly close. Let's say, where are we now? 34 at around 35.4, 0.5 in that case, in the upper 50s of the candle. Then it's all good. Then it's all fine and dandy. URA quite similar. I posted a a tweet around a tripwire, which is, you can see these highs here and then the barely lower high, the lower high here. So when these gets taken out, what you typically see is if it breaks to the upside, then there's a lot of shorts that are covering. And when they cover, the price will spike, and then the next short again will cover, and then the next one again. So you get this tripwire, and you get some explosive moves to the upside. So that's basically what we're waiting for URA. But again, look at this weekly candle for now. This is not what we want to see. We still have the smaller uptrend there. And the 200 weekly is coming up, which is all fine. But still, this red candle, weekly candle, needs to improve. Otherwise, we have more downside in the near future. But we have broken out of the main one, which is here, and we have retested it. So for now, it's all good. But yeah, these tripwires needs to get taken out, and it will happen. It absolutely will. Again, that's my bias. That's my take. The URNJ, the juniors, it's right there. We had the breakout, and now we're having a big retrace now. It could be all the way back down to test this one here, possibly. But for now, this white one is holding all the way across. There it is. And yeah, but still, as you can see, as I mentioned on the previous two, this is the nasty red candle for now. Let's see where we close. We will do it on Friday again. And hopefully we have retraced it quite a bit and we can feel more happy about the chart. But the breakout is there, yeah. But it's we only have like 8 months or so of data. Chemical, nothing much to mention actually. We're still above the white. You can see it there, the white support and resistance line going back 15 years. We're still above. So yeah, chemical looks absolutely fantastic. Is it a bit stretched? I wouldn't say. It's a nice uptrend. You know, it's a 30-degree angle on the 200 weekly, and there's a big zone right there. Chemical looks amazing, and I know that what is it, Drunken Miller, very big famous investor, has also invested into chemical in the past week or two or month, whatever it is. Chemical looks like a beast. Then it's on mines, which is also one of the bigger ones. Breakout now, retesting as we speak. Look at the daily here, doing some retesting. And as you know, this was the breakout high, which I point to many times, and then we have the retest. So the confirmation of the breakout is to get the retest and then break above the high. Right there. That's the confirmation of the breakout. You can have a breakout, and if it falls back in again, it's a false breakout. But still, for now, it looks good. And yeah, it is what it is. And also, never mind. I will not go into that. I have more charts to show. EU got hammered yesterday, I see. Got hammered big time, but still down 6%. Still, just to give you an update, we have the inverted head and shoulders, the neckline here, the pits, big breakout, retest, and then resumption until proven otherwise. But again, yesterday's candle, not the greatest. We need to retrace here. But we also have this white one here at around 3.4, which is a big resistance, support and resistance, and then the big one, which is the neckline at 3.8. As mentioned many times, the 3.8, when that gives in, that's the big move. But still, this is a great chart in my view overall. And yeah, find base load, have broken out here tiny bit. Right here, you can see the breakout. Let me just do it like that. Go to the weekly, maybe that's better. We have the breakout, there it is. And we have the breakout highs here at around 0.44. It is as simple as that. Once we get above, then we have confirmed the breakout. Let's keep it simple. FUU, they had I don't know exactly, but they took in some cash yesterday, or they announced it at least. And we had a big, let's go to the daily, just to show you, we had a big gap down, straight to the 200. There it is, 200, there it is. You can see it acting as support all the way up. And a big day closing at the highs. Also, backtesting the long-term orange here. Great chart, the backtesting is done. Now we just need to get some resumption to the upside. Also, I think they had a big drill hole release some days ago. So they just keep adding to their assets. Great company. And if this is the retest, then we are going higher again. Obviously if we are falling back into the wedge here and below the 200, then we have to take a different approach. But for now, all good. Global Atomic, still, I've added these two bad boys here, the white resistance, support and resistance line there. We are right now struggling with that one. We have some gaps that we need to look into as well. It's a strange chart, to be honest. I will personally just wait it out. Again, this one went through like butter. This was a very big one. And yeah, but we are finding a pause here for now. So let's see what kind of a pattern that develops here. And we can look into it later on. Global GoviX hasn't done anything for the entire August. So still sitting there at the bottom of the trend line here at the green support, the gap support. If it holds, excuse me, my nose. If it holds, then fine, but then we have to basically wait and see what happens. Light bridge, I remember we discussed this one, and I said that this doesn't look like a breakout because you can see the big run up here. We are up, let's call it 100%. And often that's a big sprint and you need some time to cool off. So I think we are in for this cooling off period. And how low will we go? I don't know. We have some support here. But yeah, it's to me, it's just recharging until we break out to the upside on that one. Mega uranium. Oh, excuse me. Still absolutely fantastic. Breakout retest. And now we're just fighting, or we have gotten above this green support and flip zone here. There it is. You can see all the interactions coming all the way in here. And once we can clear this one here with the conviction, then we have all this air above here, which is very nice to see. But Mega again, looking absolutely great after the breakout. It's in a bullish trend. I think if you go to the 30 weekly as well, you have a lot of supporting factors on that as well. You have the 200 weekly coming up here. It looks great. We just need to take out the 0.22255, excuse me. NXE, as mentioned, this is a strange move in my view. We have the red support and resistance zone here. So when we get above 6.8, more or less, that's when we have all the air here to go to the highs up there. But this move, I don't know what to make of it. But still, we have broken out of this longer term trend line. That's a 2-year long trend line we have broken out of, getting into some resistance, which is totally normal. And yeah, we're waiting to see if we go for another move down here, and then or we can break out to right now. But for now, all good. Zooming out here above the long-term white. There it is, back from 17, broken out. The 200 weekly is coming up as well. So for now, I think there are more buyers than sellers. Paladin Energy PDN, I did adjust quite a bit. I had some trend lines here, but now I have added a resistance rail, if you can call it that. We have a lot of touches here all the way across on the lower side and the high side of the rail, and we're getting rejected right now. If you have noticed this one, we have some sort of a bearish wedge here, and I would assume that we need a detour before we can really get this thing going. So yeah, but still, long term, great chart, great uptrend. Nothing more to add, but I think we might need a tiny pause here before we really can get things going. But it is a big bull flag. Let me show you. You know it is. We have the pole here, bull flag right there. It is. And once it resolves, you can do the measured move yourself, but it is a lot higher. So yeah, patience, patience, patience. Energy fuels, again, nasty day yesterday, 3% down. We have finally broken this one here with some conviction, I would say. This previous weekly candle is very nice. And what we probably see now is the famous one. Yes, it's boring. We need a retest to confirm the breakout. But still, there are tons of resistance above. Let me add one in for you guys. You can also see here, there's a lot of stuff going on. You can see all the interactions here, the wicks and so on getting rejected at that point in time. So yeah. But still, the long-term trend is up. The long-term trend is up, and I believe that this is a major or a bigger inverted head and shoulders in play. Right there it is. The neckline, the big one, 11.4. That's the big one for energy fuels, the UUU. Some ratios very quickly, so you're not getting bored. I would like to stay till the end. This is the URNM divided by this uranium spot price. Again, you saw the tag last week, getting a bit of rejection here. A bit to the, sorry. It's getting a bit lower than I would like to see. Again, I would like to see the weekly close retrace quite a bit, so we close at the upper half of this candle. Otherwise, as you know, this could be a fake out of this neckline here. That wouldn't be the most best thing in the world, because we really want to have the miners outperform the spot price in order to have a real bull market in any sector. So XLE against the SPY, the SP 500. You can see right now the 200 weekly is coming down here, starting to, and will start to curl back up again here at some point. We had the bull flag, the touch here at the long-term golden support, breaking out, fantastic. Energies outperforming SP500. Uranium is energy. Nice. The URA divided by SPY. Again, we have finally turned the 200 weekly, which is coming up and acting as support, showing that there are more in favor of the upside against the SP500. We're back into this wedge right there, retesting it now, which is fine. But still a lot of stuff to do, and we have 1, 2, 3 touches, and hopefully the fourth, if we get it, of course. The fourth time is often the charm, and we will see. But again, the weekly candle is looking nasty. We need to wait to the weekend to see if how it is. URA against the overall commodities, the COBs. Again, this is the big one. This zone right here is the one to get through before the uranium starts to outperform the CRBs. And yeah, we're just it's getting tight in here, as you can see right there, the triangle. We have the double rail support here and the upper. So hopefully we'll get more to the upside. If not, we will look at it on a weekly basis. So again, XLE divided by URNM. You want this ratio to go down. So URN are in favor. This is that very old drawn line or bended line, whatever you want to call it. And this is what I think will happen. We will have a tiny retrace here, which we have had, and now we'll just rounding top, and then we'll break down below these two right there. Again, URM outperforming XLE, and again, XLE is outperforming the SP500. That's a double whammy, whatever you want to call it. Very quickly, want to show you the AG, the First Majestic. I know it's silver, but they are related in some way. And to me, this one right here is what it's happening right here, right now. And the big one is obviously that one right there. But still, I think we are in the early makings of some signs that silver miners is trying to outperform the silver price, which is very good. And the silvers often lead in those run-ups. So we will have to wait and see. Again, I can't wait to do this on Friday because this weekly close or this week is actually quite important in my view. So hopefully you will join me there. Again, let me know below any questions, any comments, whatever. And have a great day, everyone. Cheers.